Hello, everyone. Welcome back to The Last Lap. My name is Jimmy, and today we're going to be talking about the first NASCAR race of the season. Yes, the Clash is coming up this weekend, and we are so hyped for it. But before we hop into the video, we just want to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button and that like button. It really does go a long way, helps our channel grow, and you can check us out on our Instagram page at The Last Lap News. We really would appreciate it. Our last video, the predictions for this season, is almost at 100 views, so thank you guys so much for your support on that video. We hope you guys liked our predictions, because there were some definitely some bold ones in there. And without further ado, I have my friend and co-host Matthew on the show as always, and it's race week. It's race week. We are ready to get this race season started, so Matthew has a feel that race week is finally here.
Oh, I've been waiting so long to finally say it's officially race weekend, and I am excited. And we're starting it off crazy, going to the LA Coliseum with a brand new car. And it's just so much hype to it. And downtown Los Angeles, I know I'm ready to watch it back home since I can't afford tickets to Los Angeles right now. So I'll be watching it back here with some M&Ms right here, with some Rowdy Energy on the side, and it's gonna be a fun day. It's gonna be a fun weekend actually, since it's gonna be practice back, qualifying's back, and we're gonna have heat races, and we're gonna have the main event. So it's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, we have a full weekend of racing, and we'll give you guys the schedule in just a little bit. But before we start, there was an announcement. Another new team attempting to make the Daytona 500, and that team is funded by no other than Floyd Money Mayweather. He is going to be funding a team that will be entering the Daytona 500 for a chance to qualify and race their way in. This announcement was made, I believe it was Tuesday or Wednesday, but it was kind of a rumor, but the rumor came true, and he's going to be funding a team that will be trying to make its way into the Daytona 500. And we're just going to give you guys all of the list of all the cars as of now that are going to attempt the... Oh my word, I can't speak today. Holy moly. It's late, guys. We're recording this pretty late. But the teams that are going to try and attempt to make the Daytona 500. There we go. Those teams are Noah Gragson. He will be with Beard Motorsports. Jacques Villeneuve. He will be with Heisenberg. I hope I said that right. Timmy Hill is going to attempt with MBM, and so will JJ Yeley. He will attempt with MBM as well. And the car, they just unveiled the car for JJ Yeley today, and that car is so nice. I'll try to include pictures of most of these cars if I can find them on the internet. Kaz Grala, he will be attempting to make it with the Money Team, which I still can't believe Floyd Mayweather is in this sport now. Like, first it was Michael Jordan. Well, yeah, Michael Jordan. And now Floyd Mayweather too.
Hey,
like
LeBron's
kind of
too.
into it, but Pitbull, yeah, Pitbull's in it too. LeBron kind of is. He has a stake in Roush, but he's not really affiliated with the NASCAR side of it, unfortunately.
He's not really a part of it.
So, and the final team that this hasn't been confirmed, but NY Racing is supposedly trying to get a car together with Greg Biffle, but that has not been confirmed yet. But that is the speculation. As soon as that is announced, that would be 6 cars trying to race their way into the Daytona 500 as of right now. So, Matthew, what do you got to say about this announcement with Floyd Mayweather creating the Money Team, and then about all these teams trying to race their way into the Daytona 500? Who do you like? Out of that list, which few do you think might be able to race their way in?
Well, I was shocked that this actually happened. So here's the little backstory about this team. So this was already like a thing sort of back in like 2019 or the end of 2019 when there was an announcement about Floyd Mayweather starting a NASCAR team called the Money Team Racing. This was all the way back like almost like 2 years ago. And nothing happened after that. So we thought it was basically just, a team that tried to get something going, but eventually didn't happen. But then, the start of this season, we started hearing rumors about them trying to get to the Daytona 500, and now it's official. So I never thought this day would come after we thought it was a failed attempt to start a NASCAR team. And I'm surprised this didn't get a lot of like media attention. Like I didn't see a lot like on other sports networks. Like, hey, Floyd Mayweather is going to be starting a NASCAR team. It'll be the Daytona 500. Then again, it is a part-time team, so that's probably why they didn't get that much publicity. And I didn't know Floyd Mayweather had like any sort of connection with this team either. There was like really no confirmation, but it sounded like Floyd Mayweather was really part of it after releasing a statement about the team going to Daytona 500. So that's interesting. As for who will advance to the Daytona 500, that's a tough one. There's some interesting underdogs. Noah Gregson's definitely one of them. He tried to make it the 500 last year, but he got caught up in a wreck, and that basically ended his chances. So maybe Noah Gregson. I don't know about Villeneuve. He hasn't been in a Cup car in like more than 10 years, almost like 15 years basically. So I don't know about Villeneuve, in my opinion. And then Hill and Yaley are always, they always have a shot because they've always been the 500 almost every time they try to race in, I think. And then Cascarella it's definitely one I'm going to be watching because last year he had to race his way in the 500 as well in the Calling racing car, which didn't have a charter last year. And he was able to race into the 500 and the car was already damaged from another wreck. So if he can make it the 500 last year, I think he has a shot again as well. And that's a total of 41 cars right now that are entered in the 500. There's still a possibility of NY Racing, and there was a rumor going around that they saw Great Biffle like getting his seat fitted in the car, so that might be a possibility. I still think NY Racing is gonna enter in as the 42nd car, but I don't know if it'll be Great Biffle or not. I don't know if those rumors are true, so we'll see in a couple weeks if we hear an announcement. Oh, actually, wait, I forgot. And I don't know if you're going to put the picture of the 50 car that was unveiled, but man, that thing is crazy looking. That gave me straight Travis Pastrana vibes when he was with Roush Fenway back in the Xfinity series those years ago. I know the paint scheme looks like a mess, but it seems like the paint, it knows that like it's supposed to look wild. So I actually like it, in my opinion. Some people might not like it, but I like it.
Yeah, a lot of teams have not missed with their paint schemes this year. There's been a lot of really good ones. We should have done like a paint scheme preview for the year or something like that, because there's a lot of teams that came up with some really good paint schemes. But so are there 36 charters? Isn't that right? And then the rest of the field is okay.
36 charter teams.
Okay, and it's gonna be 40 cars for the 500, I think, right?
Yeah, 40 cars will be in the 500, and so far there's 41 cars. So the duels will matter this year. So as of right now, only one car is going to be sent home. Unless NY Racing comes in, there'll be 2 cars that'll be sent home.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So 36 cars will be guaranteed to make it, and then 5 as of now, probably 6, will try to race their way for those final 4 spots, which will be the duels next Thursday. No, 2 Thursdays from now. Sorry,
we still got the Super Bowl first.
Yeah, because Daytona 500 qualifying is 2 Sundays from now, and then the duels will be after that. But anyway, sorry, I'm a little bit ahead of myself here. But so now we're going to talk about the Clash, which is this weekend at the LA Coliseum. And the pictures and the videos, and I watched NASCAR Race Hub today. Everything I've seen, they have done a fantastic job putting this track together, paving it, putting the safer barriers up, the fence, the grandstands, they've done a fantastic job. And it's hard to believe that they converted a Coliseum that hosted the Olympics way back, I don't know when, but way back in the 1900s at some point, that they converted it to a racetrack. And it's very cool. So the schedule for it will be Saturday and Sunday. Practice will be on Saturday. There will be 3 different groups. If I can try to put the screenshot of the different groups, I'll put them in there, but most of the organizations are together for the most part. I know some of them are separated, but there will be 3 different groups. They will go out for 8 minutes at a time, and each group will go out 3 times. So 8 times 3, 24. Each group will get 24 minutes of group practice out on the track. And I believe each group is maybe 10 cars or something like that. So that should be plenty of time for 10-ish cars to get on the track at a time. It is a very short track though; it's a quarter mile long, so we'll have to see how that goes. But practice will be on Saturday. Single car qualifying will be on Saturday as well, and that'll determine the lineups for the heat races, which will be on Sunday at 2 o'clock, I believe, is when the heat races start. Those heat races will be 25 laps each. There will be 4 of them. The top 4 from each heat will advance to the main event automatically, so that will be 16 cars right there. Then there will be 2 last chance qualifiers. They will be 50 laps each, twice as much as the heat races. The top 3 from each of those will advance to the main event, so that's 6 more, and that adds it up to 22 cars. And then there will be 1 extra spot for the 2021 points position, which I believe is, I guess, the highest person who finished in points that didn't make it or something like that. So that will be 23 cars that will enter the Clash, or they will qualify for the Clash. And you have to keep in mind, I believe all the charter cars are coming, which is 36. And I'm not sure if more cars are coming to no, more cars might no. Just the charter cars. So you have to keep in mind that there's going to be 13 cars that show up and don't make it. So that's going to be interesting to see who ends up going home a little bit early on Sunday. But for the actual Clash itself, it's going to be 150 laps. I think it's 75 laps, like 2 75 lap halves, because oh my gosh, Ice Cube is going to be performing at halftime. So that's going to be interesting to see him there. I saw a little video on TV today, a commercial of him talking about it and everything. So that's going to be really cool. I'm excited to see who shows up to the Clash. Some big names hopefully show up. I saw that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is going to be one of the Grand Marshals, so that's really cool that he's going to be there. There were some other big names. I know Jeff Gordon's going to be one of them, which obviously he's a NASCAR star, so I'm not really surprised about that. But it'll be interesting to see what other big names show up to watch the Clash. Yeah, Andy's from California, so that makes sense. But Matthew, what do you got to say about the whole, schedule, I guess, for the Clash? And then once we do that, we'll get into our first picks of the season. So go ahead and tell me what you think about the format of the whole weekend and what you think about it.
Well, the format is interesting. I like how they separated the cars into groups for practice, because it is a very small track. We can't put all 36 cars on the track at the same time, so that's understandable. And it's gonna be interesting on Sunday. We're gonna have a lot of racing, from heat races to last chance races to the actual Clash. So I like how we have a lot of racing, and it'll be interesting to see who makes it and who doesn't. I think this might be a funny theory for some cars that don't make it to the Clash. It's because there's been a lot of supply chain issues, and some of these teams don't have a lot of cars built right now. So they're like, I'm sure some of these teams are like, hey, let's just lose on purpose, go back home. I don't want to tear up this brand new cars that we don't have a lot of already. So we might see some teams are like, hey, just lose on purpose. We don't want to tear any more of these brand new cars. So that might be interesting to see if that does happen, but I doubt it. They'll try their best. But yeah, I'm really excited for these races, and I'm wondering how many more celebrities we'll see. Maybe we'll see LeBron James there. Maybe we'll see some of the players from the LA Rams. Matthew Stanford. Maybe he'll show up, take a break from the Super Bowl practice.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure. I'm not sure what to expect of the racing. I'm hoping for some good short track racing, but I'm not 100% sure because, people are so short on next gen cars right now that people might be trying their best to take care of them and not really want to try and rough them up. I mean, either way, I think it should be good at racing because it's a short track, but
you're going to lay the bumper in.
Yeah, you might not get that, Bristol Xfinity Series finish from last year. We might not get that.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
But that's true because I did say that, and then Talladega and the Truck Series happened a few weeks later. So I mean, I could be wrong, but maybe that's a good thing I said that. But I wouldn't expect the best racing all year right here at the Clash. But I mean, last year was good at the Clash. Granted, that wasn't with a next gen car, but we'll have to wait and see how it all turns out. But now we're gonna hop into our picks. And for this video, for right now, we're just gonna do one pick, and if that driver wins, we'll give each other a point. Because I'm still trying to figure out, the right format for this year and how all that's gonna work. So just for this video, we're just gonna do one pick, and if that driver wins, you get a point. And we're gonna keep it simple. So
alright.
I'm gonna go ahead and go first because I won last season, so I should get the honorary start for this year. And honestly, I don't
need
really
to remind everyone why. We're gonna change those rules this season. We're gonna make sure that doesn't happen again.
I was the inaugural quote-unquote champion of this, so I have to take all the bragging I can get. But for my first pick of the 2022 season, man, I don't know who to go with here. You know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna say Chase Elliott, just because I'm gonna start off the season strong and pick my driver. So I'm gonna support my driver, and I'm gonna pick him for winning the Clash, just for the heck of it. So
goodness.
Go ahead and tell me who you got.
You should have said that for the 500, but whatever. This one is gonna be a hard one because it's the Clash, a very short track. I think it'd be like it's gonna be unpredictable as Daytona. Anything could happen. I think anyone has a shot because of how short this track is. You're not really gonna have an advantage because it's just so small. So, but I'm just gonna go off based on the best short track drivers from last year, and I'm gonna pick Martin Truex Jr. just because he's always been an amazing short track racer, and I think that's going to carry on through the Clash. So I got Martin Truex Jr.
Yeah, that's a great pick. I'm kind of surprised you didn't pick Kyle Busch, but I guess you're saving that for the Daytona 500, so I respect it. I'm probably going to, but we'll see. Shoot, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah.
I wasn't going to be biased this one. I'm like a certain someone here. Always starting off the year.
So what I was going to say is, yeah, this is a brand new track. The people have never raced. Well, NASCAR has raced on a track this short, but these drivers haven't raced a full NASCAR stock car on a track this short. Any current driver hasn't done that. So this is a completely new thing for them to race on a track this small and throw in the next gen car too. So it's going to be interesting. There's a lot of unknowns going into this race and the entire season. So that's going to be a very interesting thing to see who ends up winning the first race in the next gen car, who wins the first race at the LA Coliseum. So there might be a little bit of pride on the line for drivers who get the win here. So Matthew, do you have any other closing thoughts before you go ahead and wrap this episode up?
Well, not really, but other than that, I'm ready for this weekend. Finally, race weekend's back.
Yes, we are both very pumped for the NASCAR season to get underway. 2022 with the next gen car. It's going to be a great season. We are very excited. But that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this video. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Floyd Mayweather is coming to the sport of NASCAR, trying to make the Daytona 500. So that's going to be a big headline over the next few weeks. But we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned to our social media for other updates. But until next time, we will see you guys in our next video.